What should have been one of the biggest celebrations of Caitlin Clark's young career turned into one of the most controversial nights of the WNBA season. Because by the time the final buzzer sounded inside the Chase Center, hardly anyone was talking about the record she had just broken. Instead, fans were flooding social media with slow-motion replays, arguing over foul calls, questioning officiating decisions, and debating whether the Indiana Fever had just been robbed of a crucial win. And what made the entire situation even more explosive was that one of the calmest stars in the league, Aliyah Boston, appeared completely fed up afterward. When players like Boston start publicly questioning what happened on the court, people pay attention. And that's exactly why this game became much bigger than a single loss. The controversy had been building for days. Long before the Fever and Valkyries met for their rematch, there was already tension between these teams. Their previous matchup wasn't remembered for beautiful offense or highlight plays. It was remembered for how physical it became. Caitlin Clark spent much of that game fighting through defenders who seemed determined to make every possession difficult. Every cut was contested. Every catch came with pressure. Every trip down the floor felt like a battle. There were heated exchanges. There was trash talk. There were technical fouls. And by the time the game ended, everyone knew the next meeting would come with extra emotion attached. The Valkyries weren't interested in allowing Clark to control the game. And Clark wasn't about to back down from the challenge. So when the rematch arrived in San Francisco, there was already a feeling that something dramatic might happen. What nobody expected was just how quickly the game would turn into chaos. From the opening tip, Golden State made their intentions clear. The defensive game plan revolved around one person, Caitlin Clark. Everywhere she moved, a defender followed. Whenever she touched the ball, another defender appeared. The moment she tried to create space, that space disappeared. It wasn't accidental, it wasn't subtle, it was deliberate. The Valkyries understood exactly what kind of player Clark is. They knew she could change the game with one shot. They knew she could create offense from almost anywhere on the floor. And they knew that giving her even a few seconds of freedom could be dangerous. So they made life miserable for her. The crowd loved it. Every defensive stop brought louder cheers. Every missed shot energized the arena. Every turnover felt like a playoff moment. For Clark, it became a test of patience. But while everyone focused on the pressure surrounding Clark, another problem was quietly developing for Indiana, and that problem was Aliyah Boston. Early in the game, Boston began collecting fouls. At first, it didn't seem like a huge issue. Players get into foul trouble all the time. That's basketball. But as the game continued, the calls started drawing attention. Fans watching the replays immediately began questioning what they were seeing. The reactions online came fast. Many believed several of the charge calls looked questionable. Others argued the officials got them right. The debate spread almost instantly. Meanwhile, Boston was stuck dealing with the consequences. Instead of dominating inside, she found herself spending valuable minutes on the bench. Instead of establishing rhythm, she was forced to play cautiously, and that changed everything for Indiana. Because Boston isn't just another player in the Fever lineup. She's one of the foundations of the entire system. When she's active inside, defenses have to make difficult choices. Do they collapse into the paint? Do they help on drives? Do they leave shooters open? Boston forces opponents into uncomfortable situations. But when she's limited, those decisions become much easier. Golden State understood that immediately, and they took advantage. Suddenly, Clark faced even more pressure. Defenders could focus more attention on the perimeter. Driving lanes became smaller. Passing windows became tighter. Every possession felt harder than the one before, and yet somehow the Fever refused to disappear. Despite everything working against them, Indiana kept fighting. Every time it looked like the Valkyries might pull away, the Fever answered. Every run was met with resistance. Every momentum swing created another dramatic moment. The game remained close. And that's exactly why the controversy that followed became so important. If this had been a blowout, nobody would still be talking about it, but it wasn't. This was a game hanging on a handful of possessions, a game where one whistle could change everything, a game where every